So this is me, fat and miserable, almost 3 years ago at 170 pounds. And you might think that I was probably overeating, eating junk food, and not exercising here, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I was eating, I was actually barely eating. Okay, I was doing intermittent fasting, barely eating 1,300, 1,400 calories a day, doing keto, carnivore, all of these fat diets, and I was literally starving myself, but the fat just wouldn't come off no matter how much I tried. Now, this picture was taken last year in September, where I weighed around 145 pounds. And here I'm eating 2,000 calories a day. So, how did I go from literally starving at 170 pounds to 145 pounds eating close to 2,000 calories a day? And the answer to that is doing something called a reverse diet. When I look like this, I had almost 3 to 4 years of yo-yo dieting under my belt. I was following all of the fat diets, keto, carnivore, doing alternate day fasting, literally eating anywhere between 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day. And I was really desperate to lose weight, and I hadn't realized that I had run my metabolism to the ground. And that's when I decided to swallow my ego and start eating like a normal person at a calorie surplus. And in the beginning, I was afraid. I was scared because I thought I would put on even more weight. And I did for a little bit, but eventually the weight slowly began to come off. And I came down to 165 pounds. Then I went down to 160 pounds. I maintained that weight for a few months because I wanted my metabolism and my body to get used to that particular weight of 160 pounds. And once I stayed there long enough, that's when I decided it was time to start cutting calories again. And that's when my body responded really well. And that's how I eventually got to my goal weight of 145 pounds. Today I weigh currently 149 pounds, so I have maintained the weight loss for roughly the last 8 months. And the reason I'm making this video is to share with you that sometimes when nothing is working, you're doing all the right things, you're exercising, you're eating less, moving more, and the scale isn't moving. It's probably because you're cutting calories too aggressively, or you've been on a calorie deficit for a long time. And it's really important to give your body a break and start eating at maintenance or at a calorie surplus so your metabolism and your hormones have time to recover. And when you do the reverse diet and you're eating at a calorie surplus, you want to make sure that you're not stuffing your food with junk. I was still eating whole foods, meat, eggs, fruits, vegetables, fish. And once your metabolism recovers after eating at maintenance or a slight calorie surplus for a few months, again, this would vary depending on how long you were eating at a calorie deficit for. If you were starving yourself for months and months or for even years, you could expect roughly 6 months to a year of recovery for your body to get that metabolism back. So be really patient and be really kind to yourself. The answer is not to hit the gas even harder. Be kind and treat your body with love and compassion.